The Great Wall of China, which was erected to defend the Chinese Empire from invaders to the north, is recognized as one of the most significant tourist attractions and landmarks in China. You may anticipate its varied and breathtaking scenery, including craggy mountains, wide desert, rich grassland, and even lovely beaches, in addition to the following unexpected amusing facts about the Great Wall of China that you may not be aware of. Hello everyone, this is AWZ. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. The Great Wall took over 2,000 years to build. Early construction of the wall began during the spring and autumn seasons between the 8th and 5th centuries BC. To fend against attacks from swords, spears, and other small arms, these barriers were mostly built using pounding dirt and gravel between board frames. After Qin Shi Huang united China as the Qing dynasty in 221 BC, he ordered the destruction of some parts of these walls. Subsequently, new walls were constructed to connect the retaining wall along the empire's northern frontier to protect it from northern invaders. The walls were built using mostly local resources due to the difficulty of transporting a considerable amount of materials. As a result, the mountain stones were used to build the walls on the mountain ranges, while rammed earth was used to build the walls on the plains. Later dynasties carried on the work of building the Great Wall by repairing, enlarging, or building new portions. In order to keep nomadic tribes out of the area, the idea of the Great Wall was reintroduced under the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644, and was built stronger and more elaborately with bricks and stone rather from rammed mud. Up to 25,000 watchtowers were built atop the wall, according to estimates. Because its border went beyond the fortifications, the Great Wall was not finished during the succeeding Qing Dynasty. Instead of being one big, continuous wall, the wall is actually a collection of walls. The Great Wall is actually made up of a number of separate parts that were erected by several dynasties along an east-to-west line that runs across the northern boundary of ancient and imperial Chinese lands. Many people mistakenly believe that the Great Wall is one continuous lengthy structure. From the northern frontier of the ancient and imperial Chinese territories, the wall extends over 20,000 kilometers. It is constructed of continuous walls in various portions. Over time, the parts were constructed using stones and other materials by several dynasties. The wall contains an unexpected substance. The majority of the wall's components are made of commonplace materials including stone, brick, tamped dirt, wood, and others. What's more intriguing is that because glutinous rice has good cohesive characteristics, it was employed to make the mortar or blinding substance to bind the bricks as early as the Qing dynasty. Because sticky rice has an adhesive quality, it was employed as the mortar. According to studies, the rice's sticky component accounts for the wall's resilience and sturdiness. It assisted in holding the bricks in position and held them together so firmly that weeds were unable to grow in several areas. The Great Wall is the world's longest building ever constructed by humans. The longest Great Wall that was ever constructed in ancient China is difficult to measure precisely. The wall was estimated to be 5,500 kilometers long by experts. The Great Wall is 13,170 miles long, according to an archaeological investigation carried out by China's State Administration of Cultural Heritage in 2012. One of the 7 wonders of the ancient world is not the Great Wall. The amazing works of art and architecture known as the 7 wonders of the ancient world serve as a testament to the ingenuity, imagination, and sheer hard work of which human beings are capable. They are also, however, reminders of the human capacity for disagreement, destruction, and, possibly, embellishment. The Great Wall of China is frequently cited as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Contrary to popular belief, it is one of the 7 wonders of the medieval world. The Great Wall is not visible from space, as is commonly believed. It is incorrect that you can see the Great Wall with your naked eye from the moon. Before humans were able to travel to other planets in space, this tale may have existed for 2 centuries. It initially appeared in the English antiquarian William Stukeley's family memoirs in 1754 and later gained popularity as a result of various books and works. Despite being repeatedly disproven, the idea has persisted in popular culture. No astronaut who has ever set foot on the moon has ever claimed to have seen the Great Wall from there, which is not unexpected. However, there is ongoing debate over vision from low Earth orbit, which has an altitude of between 160 and 2,000 kilometers. Others astronauts refuted claims made by some that they had observed the Great Wall from low Earth orbit with their naked eyes. According to NASA, it is only just observable in nearly ideal circumstances. The Great Wall has been called the world's longest cemetery. The building of the wall has a significant human cost. According to some sources, over 1 million people perished while constructing the wall during the Qing dynasty alone. Archaeologists have uncovered human relics under some of the wall. The wall has been called the world's longest cemetery as a result. Chinese prisoners were forced to work on building the Great Wall as a form of punishment. Since the Qing dynasty, Chinese criminals have frequently been forced to build walls since the task was so hazardous. 400,000 laborers are thought to have perished while constructing the Qing Wall, according to some estimations. The blackened skulls, faces, and chained legs of the inmates made them stand out from the rest of the law-abiding citizens. The punishment for anyone found guilty of murder or tax evasion was being sent to the wall-building site. The Great Wall is unable to effectively repel attackers. The Great Wall was constructed as a crucial part of China's military defense system to stave off invaders. Despite all the effort, the wall has consistently been breached by the enemy throughout history. Although a useful deterrent against raids, the Great Wall has failed to stop enemies on numerous occasions throughout its history, most notably in 1644 when the Qing troops marched through the gates of the Shanhai Pass and ousted the Ming, the dynasty most dedicated to wall construction, as the rulers of China proper. There are numerous names for the Great Wall in both Chinese and English. According to the records of the Grand Historian, which Sima Qian completed in 94 BC, the walls built before and during the Qing dynasty were referred to as Long Walls, Changcheng, in China. The records of the Grand Historian's account inspired the longer appellation the 10,000 Long Wall. Later, the Book of Song, which was published in the 5th century CE, referred to this structure as the Long Wall of 10,000 li. The Chinese unit of measurement known as the li is equivalent to about 1/3 of an English mile. However, 10,000 li is used figuratively and simply means immeasurable in this context. The wall has been referred to as many things over the years, including the outer fortresses, the border walls, the purple frontier, and the Earth Dragon. Finally, this creation of man is referred to as the Long Wall. The conventional name for the wall in English, French, and German is the Great Wall of China, which dates back to the 19th century and developed from the term the Chinese Wall used by early modern European travelers. The term the Chinese Wall is still used to describe it in other European languages. Compared to Chinese tourists, foreign visitors have shown more interest in the wall. Every traveler to China has the Great Wall of China on their bucket list because it is so well known throughout the world. In the 20th century, this well-known monument started attracting tourists, eventually becoming a popular destination worldwide. After engaging in trade with other Asian and European nations, the Chinese started to become interested in the wall's attractiveness in the 19th century. The traders who traveled to China would return home with tales of the arts, prints, and walls. This increased the Chinese people's appreciation for the wall. The Badaling part of the wall, which is close to Beijing, is the most popular. Every year, over 63 million people visit this section. During the busiest times of the year, 70,000 people per day visit it. This is all for today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel. Stay tuned with AWZ.